Alright, so, story time. I happen to be near my local music go round. I love going there, by the way. They have weird stuff that people might actually buy instead of like the bigger stores. None of that matters, I went there, wandered around a bit, and of course I went to the microphone cabinet. And they had this in there, which intrigued me. Not because I figured it's a good deal or anything. No, this was labeled as condenser microphone. $10. No model number, no manufacturer, nothing. So I go to the guys at the front counter. I'm like, hey, can I look at that? I want to know what that is. And them talking to them about it and stuff. The dude pulls it out of the cabinet for me to examine. Behold, absolutely no markings. And he's like, yeah, I don't know what kind of quality it's gonna be. And I'm like, let me stop you right there. It's bad. It's bad, but I have $10. So now I have this. That's not the noise a microphone makes if you tap on it. It weighs nothing. Just absolute nothing. Like, it feels like it's just an empty metal housing. Microphones are always super lightweight, but there's always sort of a heft to them that makes you think there's some stuff in them. This has absolutely nothing. I'm dubious that this is actually any kind of real condenser. I'm thinking this is probably an electret or whatever the term is, where, it's got like a film with a charge sort of trapped in it as the diaphragm instead of being a proper condenser where there's a voltage or a RF signal placed on a gold layer on a membrane. It's a minor technical difference. Tends to sound a little worse and not last as long, but it doesn't really matter. Here, let me play what this sounds like. Alright, so that should be pretty much off. That on. There we go. Yeah. It's not fantastic. But here's the trippy part. I discovered this in testing. When I turn the 48 volts off, it actually starts to sound better for a second before it dies. Isn't that weird? Oh wait, is it still putting out? It might still be putting out a little bit of signal. So anyway, I'm pretty sure there is actually a fault inside this thing, because even an electret manufactured as cheaply as possible should sound better than that. That sounds worse than a laptop microphone. So I'm thinking, best case scenario, I'll open it up and there will be like a blackened capacitor that I could replace with something else and maybe it'll work. I'm hoping for at least some sort of visual indication of what's wrong. Now, I've been looking at it, and coming up through the bottom of this grill, I can see the shaft end of a bunch of screws. So this is going to be like the last part that comes off, which is helpful because the capsule is the thing most likely to die. I think it opens from this end. Oh, weird. Okay, hang on. I'm so sorry, that probably clipped a lot, but look at the I don't know what I was expecting, but it was not that. I thought for sure there would be something in here. Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Okay. um Okay. I'm good. We're going back into science mode. Let me look at. Oh my, it's a one-sided circuit board. That small. That takes some investigating. I am going to grab a toolkit and see if I can get that board to come out of there a little bit. Okay, so looks like it should be that guy. Yeah, it looks right. There's just nothing in it. It's great. I wonder if this cost more or less than $10 originally. Does it have the fake electro voice thing where you have to turn it clockwise to get it out? Oh. I associate electro voice with that. I'm guessing if this is doing it too, it's probably just a standard of the XLR jacks. It should, I would think, move some way. Uh-huh. Does it? No, it can't go. I'm worried that it's supposed to come out this way, because they did not leave enough slack for that. Let me look at this. It may be. It may be that we can disconnect the grill and get the fake condenser capsule disconnected from the body and get a little extra slack out of it. You're saying, weird dog man, is this the right way to take it apart? No. The right way to take it apart is to have the city dump do it. So yeah, I have a controversial opinion. I don't think it's the worst thing to make a large or a small diaphragm look like a large diaphragm, because like I don't consider one to be objectively superior. I think they have different benefits. And if that's what you're going for with your tuning, then sure, why not? I mean, ideally, don't be deceptive with it. You shouldn't need to hide it. But I've been way more upset about a lot of things. I wonder if these are different. Yes, they are different. Let's keep these separate. What a majestic machine. It's capable of interpreting frequencies from 20 hertz to 21 hertz, approximately. I mean, I'm not going to waste any time testing that. Okay. See, yeah, there is just a little bit of a lip in there. It's probably not great to put this up against there, but that's... I think it's just a piece of crap. Like, there's not a lot on here. And what I can see, none of it looks very broken. I think it's actually one IC and a capacitor. I'm pretty sure. Can you see that? There's nothing on there. Like there's an unpopulated space for a transistor. Okay, so yeah, this must be like an electret microphone. It's got to be that there's enough mounting points for there to be multiple things that could go here, I think. And there's a bunch of holes through this. There's got to be a model that has a proper condenser in it, made by somebody using this basic frame. Oh, wow. There's nothing to that. Well, I don't think there's anything I can do to this, so I'm going to put it back together. feel like that's more dignity than it deserves. We line that up, use the other tiny screw. Yep. Goes in the other corner. For stability, they only include 2 screws. Probably counts as shock mounting or something. And then this. Yeah, the holes are there. Ah, that's some reassuring noises. I'm half compelled to like put a little foam rubber in the joints or something to try to make it sound less like an empty tin can when you tap on it. But then again, it sounds much worse when you plug it in, so that... I wonder if it is an electret that's like at the end of its lifetime. Because the charge in the little diaphragm doesn't stay trapped forever, it eventually dissipates. But just why does it sound better when you take the phantom power off? It doesn't work without it. Come on, little buddy. I know you want to go back together and start being a terrible microphone again. There we go. Oh, yeah. I forgot. I left that board undone. That's the most important part. So we line this up. And we loosen it, of all things, to tighten it up. I think I accidentally breathed into the microphone. I'm sorry. That's getting there. I mean, it's still just disgusting, but it seems like it's holding. Can I loosen that any further? I mean, that's getting to be... It still sucks. That's fine. There was a notch in one side. There's a notch there. Clever. Why would you make that effort? Putting the tube on the other way isn't going to make it sound any worse. All right. Let's demo this thing and make sure it still doesn't work right. All right. Let's see, turning off the fancy pantsy boutique Australian ribbon microphone. And turning on the... Yep, it still sounds just disgusting. The guy at the music around was like, "What? I don't know what kind of use case you're planning on this thing." I'm like, "Well, I'm gonna point at it and laugh." Okay, that's good. That's good. Let's shut that back off and hear how it's probably supposed to sound for just a second, and then it goes dead. What a whimsical device. Okay. So I think that's enough science for today. We got a good 15 minutes in the can there. I will treasure it always. Thank you for watching if you still are. Hope you have a nice evening. Consider liking and subscribing if you want,